Good morning, all, depending when you're watching this. Good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, I had a voice radio. So today, we're going to be looking at a Lisia card. And I don't know exactly how to feel about Lisia, to be perfectly honest, ladies and gentlemen. It is the first support we've actually had for Prism Star cards, and in that respect, it's pretty good. I'm not entirely sure we need it, but rather than just give you a 10-second rundown, let's actually sit down and look at this card like we do for all the relevant new cards that are ever revealed. So, make sure you're subbed and all that. Now, today, of course, our translation does come from the lovely David Hochmann, RappelmannTCG himself. He is a lovely man. He tells us that what Lisia does is it allows you to search your deck for any two Prism Star cards, reveal them, put them into your hand, and then, of course, shuffle your deck, as always happens when you search your deck. Otherwise, you could stack, and that would give you a slightly unfair advantage, and that would be sad. And this does really stand out as a card, because it's the first time we've ever really had any support for Prism Star cards in and of themselves. Now, Prism Star cards, I should give a quick reminder, are these special cards. You can have as many Prism Star cards in your deck as you like, but you can only have one of each type, and when it gets discarded, it goes straight into the lost zone. So if we take something like Super Boost Energy, if the Pokemon it is attached to gets KO'd, straight to the lost zone. If you play a Professor Sycamore in the early game to discard it, straight to the lost zone. But if your opponent plays an Enhanced Hammer to get rid of it, straight to the lost zone. So these are very, very powerful cards. Now, some of these Prism Star cards, honestly, are not that great. Cyrus Prism Star, I've not seen it played in a deck since it was released. Not particularly good. But then you get to stuff like Solgaleo Prism Star, and actually Lunala Prism Star is identical, in terms of the first attack at least, for Psychic decks, and these actually look really, really good. 1 energy, and then for each of your opponent's Pokemon in play, so up to 6, you get to search for a basic energy from your discard and attach it to your Pokemon in any way that you like. And Solgaleo Prism Star has been great with Duskmane Necrozma. I played it to get a couple of top 4s at a pair of recent League Cups. I did a video about it. I'll try and remember to pop a link in the description. And Lunala Prism Star is looking really good with Ultra Necrozma. We also see that sometimes you get Special Energy as a Prism Star card, although so far it's only been Super Boost Energy. And we do sometimes see supporters here, like we've seen Cyrus. We know that we've got Lance Prism Star coming in the near future. Although actually, Lance Prism Star is much, much better than Cyrus Prism Star. If you had a Pokemon KO during your opponent's previous turn, you get to search your deck for any two Dragon Pokemon and put them straight onto the bench. But they don't have to be basics. They can actually be, stage 2s like Dragonite. They're going to be really good. So Lisia allows, or Lisia I should say, I'm going to keep getting that wrong, my apologies, allows us to search out 2 of these Prism Star cards and put them straight into our hand. The question I have is, do we really need this? Does this really do anything that other cards don't do? So the majority, I believe, of Prism Star cards at the moment have actually been Pokemon. So I mentioned Solgaleo and Lunala Prism Star, but we've got stuff like Darkrai Prism Star and Victini Prism Stars coming out soon, which I really like the look of. For 2 fire energy, you put all your basic energy from your discard back into your deck. It does 20 damage for each energy you put back into the deck. So actually, we've got some really good ones coming. The thing is that although these Prism Stars tend to be legendary and mythical Pokemon, we do actually see they are all basics. Now, I know that legendary mythical Pokemon do tend to be all basics themselves. The exceptions here really are Solgaleo and Lunala, that are stage 2s in the game and generally, but they are basics as Prism Stars. So if you just want to search out 2 of these, Pokemon Fan Club. We're losing Bridget in the rotation. Although we probably wouldn't want Bridget anyway, we're keeping Pokemon Fan Club. Pokemon Fan Club lets you put 2 basic Pokemon into your hand. Now, the reason we like this over Fan Club is because you've got like Giratina Prism Star and Darkrai Prism Star that have coming into play abilities. You can put them onto your bench with an extra 2 energy from your hand. So if you use Bridget and put them straight onto your bench, then you wouldn't actually get the coming into play ability, and that would be a little bit rubbish. So most of the time here, you're probably going to be searching out Prism Star Pokemon, and you can just do that with Fan Club. Now, of course, it's not just Pokemon, like I said. We've got supporters. Think stuff like Cyrus Prism Star and the upcoming Lance Prism Star and Lysander Prism Star, which just came out. Okay, you can search for them, but are we using a supporter to search for a supporter? I mean, maybe we're in the expanded format and we've got the Plasma Magnezone rolling, but other than that, you can only play one supporter in a turn. So, are we really going to use Lisia the supporter to search out Lance Prism Star or Cyrus Prism Star so that we can then play them the next turn? I mean, pre-rotation, your opponent's going to play an N and laugh in your face, and post-rotation, your opponent's going to try and play something like a Judge and laugh in your face. So, it's not great for searching out Pokemon, because we got Fan Club, and it's not great for searching out supporters, because it's kind of a bit awkward. If you really want to search for a Prism Star supporter, use Tapu Lele. And then, of course, we've got Super Boost Energy. This is a special type of energy. And as much as I love Super Boost Energy, and I do, right? Super Boost Energy is, in my opinion, everything a Prism Star card should be. It's over-the-top powerful, but you can only have one in your deck. If it's attached to a Stage 2, it's basically a Rainbow Energy, but you don't take a damage counter. But if you've got 3 Stage 2s in play, you can attach it to a Stage 2, and it's actually 4 of any energy. That's crazy good. But then again, it doesn't see much play. And the reason it doesn't see much play is it's only relevant if you can get 3 Stage 2s in play. Now, I do actually really like Lisia for Super Boost Energy, and the reason is very simple. We don't have any universal special energy search. Now, in Expanded, we do have computer search, so you can use your once per deck A-Spec to get your 1 per deck Prism Star. Although A-Spec, you can only have 1 in total. Prism Star, you can have as many as you like, just 1 of each. And I suppose we've got Energy Lotto, but if you really want Super Boost Energy, this is actually pretty sweet. Because what you can do now is play 1 Lisia in your deck, use a Tapu Lele to search it out when you need it, and then you can grab your Super Boost Energy super quickly. It gives you a reliable way to Tapu Lele for Lisia for a Super Boost Energy. And we do know that in the newer set coming out, we are going to be getting a Prism Star Stadium, and we don't know what it's going to be like. Could it be something as good as Forest of Giant Plants, a supporter card so good it literally got banned? But then as a Prism Star, you get to use it for a turn or two until your opponent puts down their own stadium or your opponent plays a field blower, really mitigating the brokenness. Could it be like Dimension Valley? And actually one of the rumours is that it is far more likely to be something like Dimension Valley. And it could be like that, but for other types of Pokemon, maybe it could. And I don't like Lisia now. But I'm thinking in the future, if we've got a really good stadium, and then we get a really good Prism Star Energy, not Super Boost Energy, something that's going to be easier to use and fit into more decks, yeah. I don't think we're ever going to use Lisia to search out Prism Star supporters, because Tapu Lele's a thing, and even if it wasn't, it's too unreliable. Your opponent can make you shuffle your hand into your deck with something like a Judge, or they can just sit there and go, you know what? I don't want you to use Cyrus Prism Star, but if it's going to take you 2 turns to do so, I'm alright with you doing it. But once you get to things like, hey, I've got an amazing Prism Star supporter and I've got an amazing Prism Star Energy, I can get them both out with Lisia and have a great turn, that I'm all in favour of. Pokemon, I don't think I'm ever going to want to use this because, I mean, if it doesn't have a coming into play ability, Nest Ball. If it does have a coming into play ability, Ultra Ball. We don't need it for this. And like I say, you can always use Fan Club. And honestly, right now, I don't see any decks that are going to want to play this card. Like, at all. I don't think it's a particularly exciting card. However, and it is a huge however, if you end up in a situation where we've got great Prism Star Energy and a great Prism Star Stadium and all of that malarkey, maybe even a great Prism Star item one day, then this could be really good. I am going to sit massively on the fence right now and give this 3 Wassies, but honestly, it's not a 3 Wassie card. Right now, it's probably like a 2 Wassie card, because who's playing this and what deck are they playing it in? But in the future, it could easily be a 4 Wassie card or better. This is entirely dependent on how good the Prism Star cards we have are. And although stuff like Sol Galeo Prism Star is seeing a lot of play at the moment, and I made no secret of my utter love for Latias Prism Star, I don't think either of those cards really want to use this right now. But if you can think of a deck that's going to want to use this, and if you do think this is much better right now, let me know in the comment section. Go nuts, be nice. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Wassy, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and so on, head on over to patreon.com/PTCGRadio, where you can do just that. And do make sure you check out my video game/Dragon Ball Super channel, Wassy Plays, for some more Wassy action. But by far the most important thing, as always, is to look after yourselves until next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.